Jessica, I'm taking myself to mute as soon as this is live.
Yep.
I'm going to mute. Jessica, we're approved to let people in.
Great.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the Fancy Hat Fundraiser. We'll be beginning shortly. We are live on YouTube.
Andrea, it's good to see you. How you guys doing?
You're muted, Andrea.
Please remember that we are live on YouTube.
Who am I talking
Brian
to?
Milberg.
Hi, Brian.
Where's Alan?
Alan is just doing his thing. He did something funny to his hip and he's not moving around very much.
Hmm.
Here, Shawn.
There's no living with resigning. There's no going back from it. It's a brand. A brand sticks. Right or wrong, there's no going back from it. Now, you run home to your father and you tell him soon there won't be any more debts in the show. Everything's going to be all right.
Shawn, you're crying. You hurt?
I'm all right, Elliot. I just, we need to make sure that somebody knows how to teach them how to wear a fancy hat. Now listen, you go home to your Ima and your Abba and you grow up to be strong and smart. Take care of them, Elliot. Take care of all of them.
Yes, Shawn. picture kiddish is just right.
Hi, everyone.
Shawn! All those things for you to do. And I really need you for the fundraiser. Shawn! Shawn! Shawn, come back!
Eleanor, there's no living with resigning. There's no going back from it. It's a brand. A brand sticks. Right or wrong, there's no going back from it. Now, you run home to your father and you tell him soon there won't be any more debts in the show. Everything's going to be all right.
Shawn, you're crying. You hurt?
I'm all right, Eleanor. I just, you need to make sure that somebody knows how to teach them how to wear a fancy hat. Now listen, you go home to your Ema and your Abba and you grow up to be strong and smart. Take care of them, Eleanor. Take care of all of them.
Yes, Shawn. Shawn, who's to make sure Kiddish is just right?
Hi, Eleanor.
Shawn! Abba has things for you to do! And I really need you for the fundraiser! Shawn! Shawn! Shawn, come back!
Hello and welcome to the Beth Jacob 2021 Fancy Hat Fundraiser. We are coming to you live from the sanctuary here at Beth Jacob in Mendota Heights, Minnesota. My name is Anna Sudhan Dufresne and I will be your MC for the evening. And with me for the 20th year in a row is Glenn Flattabo of Flattabo Advancement.
Anna, I am delighted to be with you tonight. Thank you for emceeing. To everyone at home, thank you for joining us. We are so appreciative for your support tonight, for all your generosity. We're going to have a great night to honor Shawn, of course. But there's no doubt, Beth Jacob has a very special place in my own heart.
After 20 years, I would hope we've managed to worm our way in there.
Well, and I've made so many personal friends from this relationship as well.
We were talking earlier about how much fun this has come to be.
And I even got into the hat game.
You
See
did!
that? Yeah,
I
that's a big
noticed
deal.
that. Your hat was fabulous.
Now, I do have a surprise, so just bear with me.
Okay.
One surprise.
Uh-oh.
So, I don't know if you can see it at home, but it's a Minnesota Twins hat. Rabbi Allen has agreed to triple his gift to the congregation will need tonight if I wear the Minnesota Twins hat. So Rabbi Allen, thank you in advance for tripling your gift tonight. I know that you love that. I miss seeing you tonight, Rabbi Allen, by the way. And by the way, it's so fitting to wear a hat tonight in honor of Shawn.
It really is.
Is he still, where is he?
Well, you know, his official last day was in March, but I think he's been kicking around quite a bit still.
He should be here tonight.
Definitely would have expected to see him with like an array of hat options to share with everybody.
No,
Yeah.
he should absolutely be here. He has so many hats. He probably has 1,000.
He really does, probably. In fact, I think we see in our slideshow at some point tonight an array of about 36 hats. Oh, here he is, Shawn!
Hi, guys! I came back.
You sure did. You're looking different.
Oh my God, I forgot about the theme.
Yeah. Okay,
Well, talk to me about
we'll
here.
see you in a moment.
He does have a hat on now.
He did have a hat. That was
He
awesome.
did.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, wow.
Good. Well, that's better.
Yes, you look more like you now,
Thank you.
I have to say. Although, you do still have the spurs on.
Oh, I'm keeping the Spurs.
You know what? That seems fitting. It really does.
You know, Glenn, it's amazing
Great
to be
to see
here
you.
with you this many years in a row. It's been such an amazing ride working with you all of these years. And since this is our last year working together, I really wanted to make sure to introduce you to somebody.
Oh, sounds good.
Alex, can you come on up here? Glenn, this is Alex Locke. He is
Hi,
our
Glenn.
new executive director, and I want to make sure that you guys have an amazing relationship going forward. Alex, you had forgotten something. You have to get into the Beth Jacob things here. Hold on just a moment.
The hat.
There we go.
Now you're ready for this job.
Now I have everything I need.
Everything you need, it's just the hat.
But the shoes, I was told there are big shoes to fill. Do I get those too?
No, I wear a 9.5.
Oh, well, that's not gonna work.
Well, I can show you where I got it. Oh, that'd be great.
So we are going to honor Shawn and obviously welcome Alex tonight. And we have a very fitting tribute to Shawn, but it is my pleasure to announce at this moment. You're going to hear more about our congregational need in just a few moments. But tonight, to everyone at home, we have the single largest gift that we've ever been given to this event. Just think of that, the single largest gift. We have a gift of $50,000 that's a challenge match tonight, and it's given to us from Harold Smith and the beloved and hymnist Nikki Smith. So they are giving us a $50,000 match. So our goal tonight, we're already at $18,472, is to get to $50,000, which will mean $100,000 for the congregation. It is a big deal. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes, but Anna, that's a big deal.
It really is. It's an incredibly generous thing.
Absolutely, and I think you're going to walk through a few of the pieces on how to bid and how to participate tonight.
I am. So if you were a registered attendee, you will have received an email a while ago inviting you to complete your online registration for the auction. If you open that email, you will see a link that says Start Online Bidding. Click on that link and you'll be able to confirm your registration and begin your bids. If, however, you didn't register for the event, don't worry, it is not too late. Both in the program and in a link in the chat and on the event webpage, you will find links to go and register. It will ask for your phone number and for your credit card information. You will then receive a text message to your phone. Click on the link in that and you will be on your way to bidding.
And tonight, you're going to introduce, we've got an amazing comedian.
I am. We have some very exciting entertainment tonight. It's my pleasure to introduce the comedian Marty Fidelman. Marty is a native of St. Paul, but he is joining us tonight live from sunny California. Marty.
Hey, good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, wherever it is. Listen, I'm honored to be here. This is very exciting. I'm very honored to be here. And congratulations, Shawn. You know, there's a lot of people that I was looking forward to seeing tonight. And it's been so many years, you know, I realized I may not recognize them, or they may not recognize me. I mean, like now I look in the mirror, it's like, sir, can I help you? Wait a minute, I'm the sir. How did that happen? You know, I mean, I'm in 7th grade one day, the next day I'm getting the ERP discount. It's unbelievable. It goes about that fast. It's crazy. And the question I got, and it's a fair question, is what took me so long to come to Beth Jacob? I have been waiting for the Vikings to win the Super Bowl. You know, this is getting ridiculous. I honestly, this is ridiculous. And every single year since 1980, I tell everybody, this is going to be the year. I guarantee it. Put your money on the Vikings. And I have now absolutely no credibility. I have nothing. I have absolutely nothing. I don't even believe myself anymore. It's pretty bad. But I'm the eternal optimist. So I'm, again, predicting the Vikings to win the Super Bowl this year because I'm an idiot. I predict that. I have another prediction. It's a little bit of a long shot. I predict Congresswoman Omar will have a bat mitzvah. I think it's a great photo opportunity. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. And I would really rather be with you tonight in person. And, you know, I got to be honest, I was thinking about that. If I was in Minnesota right now, you know, it's been so many years. I have no idea how to get to Beth Jacob. Seriously, I have no clue, not an idea. I'd be driving around. It's like, is it by the old Metrodome? Is it Dunkin' Donuts? Are they getting closer? I just don't know. I don't know. And I would need some help. I'd be, you know, asking guys at 7-Eleven, hey, can you help me get there? Well, I would get there eventually, but I just want to say, so this may be working out really, really good on this Zoom thing, which I do love that. Yeah. And I was thinking the other day, like if things were like different in my life, things would just work out differently. I mean, I possibly would be not in California. I would be living, you know, maybe in Minnesota. I'd be a member of Beth Jacob. If things were different. Like, for instance, if in school, if I was a really good student, I mean, somebody with like a like a B- average. Real brainy kids. These are the top of the line. These are the real sharp apples. And yeah, what didn't happen that way? I mean, my parents knew at a very, very young age, I was never going to be saying the phrase, please pass the scalpel. It's not going to happen. Never going to happen. Please pass the tomatoes. Please pass the milk. Yeah. I can spell scalpel, but no, I'm not going to go any further than that. I can't use it. I can't do it. It's not. And many, many years after I was in school, I was told I had ADHD. Actually, I wasn't really paying attention. But I think that's what they're going at. That was the gist of what they're saying. What that means is I have the attention span of a mosquito. On a good day. Yeah, not a teenage mosquito, like an older mosquito, maybe he's ready to file a disability, and maybe he's not hip, think about retirement. That would be me, the older beat up mosquito. That would be me. And in school, despite everything, I wanted to learn. I just did not want to read. That's all. It's my only issue. Didn't want to read, but if you can get anywhere else, I'll do that. And I did everything right. I carried my books. I carried them home. I carried them back to school the next day. Yeah, I never opened them, but I carried them because the image is everything. It looked good. It looked like I was doing the right thing, but it wasn't. Obviously, school was a little bit of a challenge. So I was in Highland Park, which it was probably a shock, but it was Highland. It's like half the kids were like on the fast track to law school, and I was on the fast track to getting a job working at the circus. So it just wasn't great. The clown scared me more than some of the teachers I had. So it wasn't going to be. That wasn't a good movie either. So it wasn't. And by way of background, I can tell you, I was born at Midway Hospital in St. Paul. Yeah, any other Midway babies? We have a camaraderie, okay? We have a camaraderie. It stays for the years. I don't know why, but it does. And yeah, I believe that hospital has closed. Yeah. But when I needed a place to be born, they were there for me. So I appreciate it. They did their job. So only thing that was kind of weird was they had no solid food there. But other than that, I have no complaints. I was going to starve to death, but yeah. I had the pleasure of attending a Talmud Torah. Well, in those days it was mandatory. You don't even have a choice. It was like, you want to do hockey, you want to do Talmud Torah. I was just there. I have no idea what we did, what we learned, what they said, but I was there. I was there, I guess. I have a picture, so apparently I was, unless I have a twin somewhere, I was there. It was there. I have my alumni Talmud Torah t-shirt. It's a little bit tight, but I still have it. It opens a lot of doors for me. It's pretty exciting. It does. They see that, they kind of get out of the way. I attended Highland Park Elementary School. To say my downfall was, unfortunately, was math. It just didn't get it. I mean, asking me to do fractions would be like asking Stevie Wonder to be goalie. It just wasn't going to be. It just wasn't not a good match. Just didn't work out that well. And in fourth grade, I apparently, I don't know. I say I talk too much. So I spent half of the year sitting by myself out in the hallway. There is a brilliant teaching technique. Let's put the ADHD kid with the multiple learning disability, we'll stick him out in the hallway. Yeah. No, he's fine. He's good. He's good. He's under control. He's getting tutoring by the janitor. He's in great shape. He's in great shape. Don't worry about it. How can what could possibly go wrong there? Yeah. People wondered why I got 400 on my SATs. Actually, to be honest, I would have 300, but I got some of the answers. So in the 400, I felt pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna be back later on in the show. Enjoy the show, and we'll see you later. Thank you so much.
Marty, a huge thank you for sharing your talents and your skills tonight. What a blast. This is absolutely a blast. My friends, we've come to a really important part of our program tonight. Shawn, I want you to come up and join me. We have come to our congregational need. And Shawn, before I say a few words about you, I look around the buildings. I think of the 20 years that I have been involved. I think of all of the resources that we've raised to strengthen the synagogue, to make a difference for so many different priorities. And tonight, Shawn, it is so moving that we are doing this in honor of you. I want to say to everybody at home, I have worked over my career with thousands of nonprofits. I've worked with Shawn for 12 years. Here's the hardest thing about working in a nonprofit and working in an organization is keeping the energy and the excitement and the passion up year after year. Shawn, you are as committed and as passionate today as the first day that I met you. I honor how hard you've worked for the synagogue. You have been such a great partner.
Thank you so much.
Second thing I'd like to say is, for many people, they understand this. He's been a great leader here. The synagogue is on great financial footing. He's been such a strong and wise steward of your donations. Shawn, this is a hard job. It is a hard job to do this.
Yeah.
But all of us tonight, we are so honoring of everything that you've done. We are so honored.
Thank you very much.
And I'm also very pleased to call you a friend. And what I'm about to announce tonight, and you heard a little bit about this at the top of the performance tonight, we have not only the largest single gift that we've ever been given to the synagogue for this event. We received the gift, Shawn, because of you. That's why Harold decided to do this tonight, because of you. That is a big, big deal. And they're giving $50,000 to support us and strengthen the synagogue. Do you have any words for Harold that you want to say? I mean, it's a big deal, a moving gift of $50,000.
This is an amazing thing. Harold, I just want to say thank you so much. The best last thing that I could have here at the synagogue is making sure that the place is in firm, secure financial footing. And the gift that you and Mickey and blessed memory have given to the synagogue and we're going to use as a challenge tonight is the best possible way for me to finish off. So thank you so much for your support and your strength as we can carry on from generation to generation here at Beth Jacob.
Harold, I also want to echo Shawn's words. I know you are watching tonight. We are so appreciative for this gift. It is a big, big deal. And I want to say to everybody at home, I can honestly say in the 20 years that I've been here, I've never been more excited and more passionate about hitting a goal of $50,000 than I am tonight, because it's the largest match that we've ever had. So we are now at $23,188. We have about $26,000 left to go to hit this $50,000. I do want to say thank some of the families that made gifts to get us to where we're at already. A huge thank you to Marvin Pertzik for his gift of $5,000. Marvin, thank you for your gift. Orit, our incoming incoming president, I believe, and leader, she gave $5,000. She's going to be up at the end of the performance. She has chaired this event for 5 years, a remarkable person. I absolutely think the world of Orit. A huge thank you to the Pasternaks, Eric and Joe. Thank you for your gift of $2,500. We have an anonymous family that gave $2,000. Sharon, I just saw your name give $1,000. I miss seeing you tonight, Sharon, as well. So many other families have made gifts. Every single gift is getting us closer to $50,000, so folks can take a moment. By the way, people are pledging right here, our committee members. Joanna just raised her card for $1,500. Joanna, thank you for serving on the committee. Tessa donated $1,000. See, they're holding up video numbers. If you could see this at home, it's like I have the original excitement that I normally would have. So we have pledges coming in.
Leonard Oppenheimer, $2,000. Leonard, all right, Leonard. Thank you guys.
So we're at $26,688. Now we're over $27,000.
27.
Let's do this together. In a few moments, you're going to hear a few more words about Shawn, but Anna, this is a big deal.
It really is. It's very exciting.
Yes, absolutely. And I think you're going to introduce our next few words about Shawn from our
Yes, we have a guest joining us via Zoom, Marguerite Krause, a good friend of Shawn's, both from here and from B'nai Emet, and she would like to say a few words in honor of Shawn. Marguerite?
I think my family and I first met Shawn when Steve Greenberg was the executive director at B'nai Emet Synagogue. I couldn't tell you exactly what year that was, but the important point is that we've known Shawn for a long time. I got to know Shawn on a professional level when he and I collaborated in putting together the monthly newsletter for B'nai Emet. My job was to do the page layout, arranging the photos and articles that Shawn gave to me so that they would fit in the space available. And from the very first, Shawn was wonderful to work with. He was always conscious of the deadlines that had to be met in order to get a newsletter printed and in the mail to congregants at the appropriate time. And he had an amazing eye for estimating how many words could fit in a column or how best to resize a photo so that it would still look good. These may sound like trivial skills, but they made my life as the page layout person infinitely easier. I can remember numerous occasions when I would send him a first draft of a page on which things weren't quite fitting together correctly, and he'd respond by pointing out where I could change the font size of a section of text by half a point, a size difference that most readers would never detect. And sure enough, that would enable all of the puzzle pieces to fall into place. Not only was Shawn a superb problem solver, he also was unfailingly polite, pleasant, and professional. He valued and respected the people around him, and I appreciated the fact that he and I could always work together without any drama intruding. Sure, he got frustrated sometimes when someone else failed to keep a commitment, but he didn't let himself get bogged down or resentful because of such disappointments. He would simply reassess the situation, consider all of the options available, and find a workaround to the problem. Mike and I made a personal connection with Shawn too, through our mutual love of fantasy and science fiction. We talked often about our own writing endeavors and our enjoyment of numerous books, films, and TV series. We were thrilled when we first heard that Shawn was joining the staff at Beth Jacob, because we knew how much his presence would benefit everyone in this congregation. Over the years, whenever we've been in the shul for Shabbat services or any other occasion, and seen Shawn hurrying about on a mission to solve one problem or another, we've instantly felt reassured that everything was under control. Shawn always either knows what to do himself or who to contact if he needs help. One way or the other, what needs doing will get done. So, as happy as we were when Shawn came to Beth Jacob, we're now sad that it's time to say farewell. We are going to miss you, Shawn. We'll miss our casual, friendly conversations, and we'll miss your energy and competence and commitment to our community's smooth functioning and overall welfare. But we also recognize that Shawn's departure isn't about us, either me and Mike, us, or Beth Jacob, us. Shawn has a personal path to follow in his life and career, and only he can discern where that path is leading him right now. What I do know is that wherever Shawn finds himself as he moves into this next phase of his life, he will be a valuable asset to the people around him. He will no longer be our Shawn, but he'll still be his own Shawn, thoughtful, dedicated, enthusiastic, and a pleasure to spend time with. We wish you all the best, Shawn. Good health, good friends, fulfilling work, and every happiness. Take care of yourself and be well. Amen.
Thank you so much, Marguerite, for those kind words about Shawn. He really has to be one of the most fun people to embarrass with praise, because you can tell he loves it and he hates it. Earlier, I was harassing him by coming up with some alliterative superlatives for him, like endlessly energetic and fearlessly fabulous. And what else was I saying? I think delightfully decorative. If you could think of any more for him, I think you should post them in the chat and just get him really bright red by the end of the night. Speaking of fearlessly fabulous, Glenn, shall we talk a little bit more about the amazing strides we've made in
Oh my gosh,
big ticket items?
This is just huge. We're now at $35,468. We have less than $15,000 left to go to get to $50,000. And I do want to say this to everybody at home as well. When you think of the importance of these funds, this congregational need with the match, to have $100,000 of resources that will strengthen and position the synagogue for coming out of the pandemic, having resources that we can address the needs that we'll have at that moment of time to support our staff and all the other activities. These funds are so critical right now. So a huge thank you to everyone who's made a gift tonight. We are inching closer. We're now almost towards 36,000. But in the next couple minutes, Anna and I are going to have fun with this. We're going to highlight our premier auction items. Now you can bid on these items until 8:30 tonight. Every single time you bid, you're making a difference. Anna, let's have fun with this. The first item is the Florida Beach House. I love this property. A huge thank you to Barry and Sharon for their continued support. This is a big deal. It sleeps 10 people. It's an amazing property.
It really is 10 people, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms on a 22-mile barrier island off the coast of Florida. It sounds just insanely gorgeous.
That's right, and the value is over a $2,500 value. It's probably closer to $3,500. The current bid right now is only $1,250, so it's a great opportunity. Again, 10 people, you can negotiate when you do it. By the way, the more you pay for this, the better the weather will be. So
right.
That helps, okay? So if
that's
you pay,
definitely how that works.
like if you wanted to close the gap and buy it for $15,000, you know, it would really, you'd have perfect weather.
Yes, and then we get good weather here too, right? It's like right. a gift matching.
That's right.
That's what I hear.
Our second item is a big deal tonight. She's not only a member of the congregation, she's the mayor of Mendota Heights.
She is, and she will have lunch with you and chat about what you would like to chat about.
A huge thank you to Mayor Levine for this donation. Stephanie, I know you're watching tonight. We appreciate your leadership. We appreciate all that you've done. This is a fun item. The current bid, I believe, is $150. I just added this, by the way. Whoever buys this, whomever buys it will never get a parking ticket nor a speeding ticket ever in the city of Mendota Heights. So the value is really priceless.
It's absolutely priceless, especially if you like to speed.
Stephanie, I don't even know if that's legal, what I just announced, but it probably isn't. Mayor, thank you again for your leadership. Our third item, I think, is a new item tonight in the auction. It's a guided fishing outing.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful. It includes absolutely everything, including boat, tackle, expertise, snacks, a barbecue lunch or dinner. The only thing it doesn't include is the fishing license. So it really seems like a great way to get into it.
It's the guided fishing outing. A huge thank you, Gary, for your generosity for this gift. I love the barbecue lunch that comes with this. You can negotiate when you do it. The fishing license is only like $10 of a fee for out-of-state folks for a one-day fishing experience. It's a fun item. Have fun bidding on our third package. Our fourth one, this is kind of a mainstay. It's a great item. It's the wine and hors d'oeuvre opportunity.
Yeah, just such a lovely social opportunity with fellow Beth Jacobs supporters.
Sharon, and by the way, John, I wish I could give you both a hug tonight. I miss seeing you personally. I am so appreciative for the relationship, for all that you've done. This is a super fun item. The cost is $50 per person, so multiple people obviously can sign up for this. Our next item tonight is the Hummus Smackdown. Now, everybody at Beth Jacobs, I think, knows the story that Pat Kaplan hired me to do this event when I was a very young man. It was one of my very first clients. So I've been an auctioneer for over 20 years. But I will say that I've only 2 times in my life I've ever sold a hummus smackdown. Once was here last year, and now tonight's the second time.
And I'm sure you will see a giant increase in hummus smackdowns as like the trendy new fundraiser option in the future.
Well, and Anna was telling me this is the truth. This is kind of a big deal now. Like the competition.
Oh, it's getting fierce.
Rabbi Reuben is like all jazzed up, and they've been working on recipes and experimenting. It's a big deal.
Rabbi Tamar is working on one, I know. That's exciting.
So it's a great opportunity. Take a look at the Hummus Smackdown. Our next item is the Mustang Horse Farm visit. It's a unique item, and you can take the kids or have an outing at a horse farm.
Yeah, 19 wild Mustangs that are not interested in being pet, but will follow you around and maybe sniff you a little bit. That sounds pretty exciting.
All right, everybody. Our final item that Anna and I are going to profile is the sing-along with the Pasternaks. They're a great family, of course. They're supporting us tonight. I like this item. It's a fun item.
Definitely. I think it'll be a great time for the community.
So have fun bidding, everybody. Again, you can bid until 8:30 p.m. tonight. Every time you bid, you're making a difference in helping us. Have a great time bidding, and I think we're moving into trivia next.
I think so, yes. We have a trivia expert here in the congregation. Dan Zacks is going to lead us in learning a little bit more about both Beth Jacob and Shawn. Take it away, Dan.
Hi, everybody. We are going to have our trivia players join the trivia session now. I'm going to share my screen. Oops. Host, can you make me able to share my screen?
Done.
Oh, here we go. All right, let's see. Hopefully we can get some of the other people to join. There we go. There's Rabbi Tamar. All right, while people are joining, I'm just going to go over.
It is on. It is on, people.
There, that's the smack talk I want to hear during the entire time, Francis. All right, so I'm going to go over the general rules just so the audience knows how this is going to work. There's going to be 15 questions about Beth Jacob and Shawn, and these contestants have a chance to win the 2021 title, Beth Jacob Fundraiser Trivia Champion. So that's what they're going for, the title. And each question that they submit a correct answer for, they can get 1,000 points for each question out of the 15. There's a few multi-select questions that have multiple answers that can be correct. For those, they can submit between 1 and 4 correct answers, and they get 1,000 points for each correct answer. So they could get up to 4,000 points in the multi-select. That's where you get a lot of points. By the way, only people who signed up for the trivia should be joining, just so that everyone knows that, not the entire audience. Okay. Do we have everyone?
Dan, you're good to go.
All right, we're going to start the trivia. So tonight we're honoring our outgoing executive director. And so tonight's trivia will feature some bits we learned about him over the years. The first question about Shawn. Does anyone know this hard one? When did Shawn start working at Beth Jacob?
Where do you hit? 2009. Nutmeg. August.
All right, try to hit your answer on your secondary Kahoot device.
2009, you just did August 2008.
And if you are playing, try to mute your microphone while you're talking about the answers. All right, the correct answer was August 2009. We had 3 people get that correct answer. Let's see who they were. Domster, which is probably Dominic, Elior, and Francis. Good job to those 3 getting that correct. We will move on to our next question here. Next question featuring a Beth Jacob question next. Beth Jacob history. Select all. Which 2 congregations joined to create Beth Jacob? If you don't know both, you can submit 1, but make sure you submit your answer. You can submit 1 or 2 for this question. You get partial credit if you submit 1 correct answer. Make sure you hit submit by the end of the 20 seconds. All right. The correct 2 answers were New Conservative Congregation and Sons of Beth Jacob. So it looks like a bunch of people might have got some of those right. And the person who got it right the quickest was Francis, moving up into first place, pushing Dom down into second place there. All right. Let's go to our next question. So some of you might even remember the first president of Beth Jacob a long time ago. But do you possibly remember the second president? Who is the second president of Beth Jacob? All right, only 1 person got it. The correct answer was Bernard or Bud Sweet. Memory for a blessing. Let's see here who got that right. And it was Dom, who is now has a win streak of 3 in a row. Great job, Dom, moving into first place. All right. Speaking of Bud Sweet. Name the first winner of the Bud Sweet Award. Over the last few years, we've been honoring BJCers with this award. Who was the first winner of the Bud Sweet Award? Anybody know? All right. The correct answer was Stuart Bear. And one person got that correct. Who was it? Ooh, someone off screen got that correct. Good job to whoever that was. All right. Moving on to our next question. 5 out of 15. What do the letters SMM mean in the context of Beth Jacob? What does SMM mean in the context of Beth Jacob? All right, the correct answer was Shawn Michael Murphy. 7 of you got that right. Good job to those 7. Dominic holds on to his lead. Francis is in tight behind him there. All right, moving on. Another Shawn question coming up. What name did Shawn use for his Purim skit videos on YouTube? What was the name that he used to upload those Purim skit videos? All right, I think we have all of our answers in. We'll see what the answer was. It was Mendota Murphy. 3 of you got that right. Good job to you 3. Francis, wow. Francis just moved up into first place. Great job, Francis. Displaced Dom up there at the top. All right, another question about Beth Jacob. Name the architectural firm who designed Beth Jacob. Going all the way back to the groundbreaking on our building here. Does anyone know the architectural firm who designed Beth Jacob? All right, the correct answer was McMonigal Architects, local architectural firm in Minnesota. All right, Francis held on to her lead and extends it with a streak of 3. Great job, Francis. All right, so in our synagogue, one of the most honored duties is kitchen duty. And if you had kitchen duty, you might know the answer to this question. What color was Shawn's chef coat? Does anyone know what color was Shawn's chef coat? All right, the answer was green. 2 people got it. One of them was Dom, who closes the gap between him and Francis, but Francis still holding on to the lead. All right, next question. In the lobby of Beth Jacob, you might have seen a large painting. In front of it is a book that holds memories and stories. So, of this big painting, name the artist who designed the Tent of Jacob painting in the BJC lobby. This picture here is not the actual painting, I will tell you. That's in the BJC lobby. Who was the artist that designed the BJC lobby painting, Tent of Jacob? Wow, 6 of you got that right. Very impressive. Susan Armington is the correct answer. And Jeff Laurie just moved up on the leaderboard, but Francis is still holding on to her lead, actually extends it a bit. Jeff Laurie moves up on the list. All right, next question. Speaking of Beth Jacob and Kiddush, pre-pandemic, when we held in-person Kiddush, at what time must you show up for kitchen duty? And if you don't show up, Gordon Ramsay will be very disappointed. What time must you show up for Oh my gosh, we had a unanimous correct answer. That's a social. 10:30 a.m. is the correct answer, and everyone knew it because everyone participates in that kitchen duty. Great job. So everyone got points there. All right, moving on to the next one. Shawn cheers on which NFL team? If you were watching the slideshow, you might have seen which team does Shawn support in the NFL? Oh my gosh, another social, back-to-back social. Minnesota Vikings is the correct answer. And we have 6 of our players with a streak of 3 in a row. Great job, everybody. All right, next question is about the Solomon Schechter Awards. Solomon Schechter Awards recognize extraordinary congregation achievement. How many USCJ Solomon Schechter Awards has Beth Jacob won over the years? Wow. The answer is 12, and 6 of you got it. Great job to you, 6. 12 was the correct answer. That's a lot of awards. Francis is still holding on to her lead, but Dom, CHX, Rabbi Tamar, and Jeff are actually not that far behind. We have a very tight leaderboard going into the last 3 questions. We are on to our last 3 questions. Next question. So, in our congregation, we actually have some local celebrities that go to Beth Jacob. Here's a multi-select question. Select all Beth Jacob members who currently hold elected municipal positions in Minnesota. Which of these? You can select between 1 and 4 correct answers. Make sure you submit your answer to get your points before the 10 seconds are up here. Which of these hold municipal elected office in Minnesota? Make sure you submit your answer. The correct answers were Stephanie Levine and Rebecca Noker. Great job to the people who got that right. It looks like a lot of the people on the leaderboard got 2 right. So good job there. All right. Last 2 questions. So this only happened once a year, but it was a blessing. We all waited to hear Shawn sing Adon Olam to which tune? Which tune did Shawn sing Adon Olam? The song was Danny Boy. All 8 of you got it. That's a social. Good job to all 8 of you. Everyone got points. All right, guys, we are moving into our final question. Our final question is a multi-select. That means anyone here on the leaderboard could win this thing right here and take the title of the 2021 Beth Jacob Fundraiser Trivia Champion. Who's it going to be? Last question. Here we go. Select all. Shawn loves which of the following? Out of all of these, which does Shawn love? Is it photography, shoes, hats, or ties? Make sure you submit your answer when you've selected the things that Shawn loves on this list. All right, they were all correct. So a lot of you got a lot of points there. Let's see who's got the most. On our podium, we have 3rd place, CHX, whoever that is. 2nd place, Dominic. Great job, Dominic. That must mean that 1st place goes to Francis. A well-deserved 1st place for someone who knows everything about Beth Jacob. 4th place was Rabbi Tamar, and 5th was Jeff. Good job, everyone. Congratulations. That was awesome. So Francis is our winner for 2021. Awesome job, Francis.
Thank you. Do I get to make a speech?
If you could make it under
No.
10 seconds, do it.
And
Thank you so much, Dan. That was hilarious. It had all of us here in the synagogue just laughing out loud.
And it sounds like my friend Francis Fisher dominated trivia. Francis, I miss seeing you tonight as well. Great job on the trivia, the Beth Jacob Synagogue trivia. Listen to this, everybody. We are nearing 40,000. We have just over $10,000 left to raise to hit our $50,000 goal. We are getting closer every single minute, so thank you everyone for pledging, for bidding tonight. We've also had some bidding on our auction, and we also have some other amazing silent auction items tonight to profile.
We do. There's some gorgeous things sitting here on the table. There's some beautiful wood pieces. There's some hand-sewn placemats. There's some beautiful jewelry, just some really extraordinary things. I know I'm certainly eyeballing. There's an Eagles hat that I think I might swap out my fancy hat for. I think we'll be seeing that in just a moment, but I really think it would go tremendously well with my outfit. Yeah, could you raise that up? Yes, I think that'll look great on me. So, you know.
And to keep bidding, keep pledging. In a few minutes, you're going to hear a few words from Shawn as well as we conclude our event tonight. I think we're going to have one more set from our comedian, is that right?
Yes, we are. We have another few minutes of comedy from Marty Fidelman. Excuse me.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm back again. So anyhow, what I was saying was, it's when 5th grade, my father, who was a civil engineer for the Army Corps of Engineers, he was offered this 2-year job to go to Hawaii. So that wasn't a tough decision. We went there for 2 years and came back. We rented the house out and came back in 2 years. Okay, now let me backtrack. So before Sons of Jacob, we actually belonged to another synagogue in town. I don't want to say the name, but I can give you a clue. Aaron was in the title. That's all I'm going to say. You're on your own after that. I can't want to give it away. But anyhow, so we were with Aaron. I had to have our mitzvah set up with them even years before we went to Hawaii. And the 2 years that we were gone, they decided to give my bar mitzvah away. And that is the reason we ended up at Sons of Jacob. That's the story there. So it could have been all different, but that's what happened. And it was great at Sons of Jacob. I can tell you that my mom was very busy with the sisterhood. My dad was busy being president of the synagogue. I was busy playing football in the social hall. So it was my job to do. So I had to do that. It was important to do that. And I was involved with the youth group at SYO. It was a Orthodox group, or supposedly Orthodox. I'm not sure it was supposedly Orthodox. Occasionally somebody would show up eating a ham and cheese sandwich. It happens. There's a lot of Orthodox laws. That's easy to forget that you're not supposed to have ham and cheese.
All right.
On Yom Kippur. It could happen to anybody. No one's going to make a big deal. It's not life and death. So we did that. And it could have been one of the kids or the rabbi. Nobody's perfect. So you just don't sweat that. Just move on. Yeah, that was SYO. It was a great time. And then the highlight of the year. Every June we went to Camp Mosheva. If you're not familiar with Camp Mosheva,
There's like almost no people.
If you are, I don't know. But if you're not familiar, it's actually Hebrew, meaning juvenile detention facility. That's what it means. That's what it means. I'm thinking back. It's like there was these cabins. We had 25, 30. I don't even know, guys in this cabin with these bunk beds. There's like one bathroom. There's no hot water. We took a half hour to take a shower. You know what? You couldn't pay me. You couldn't even pay me to go there now. I mean, it's crazy. The difference between that camp and prison, you know what the difference would be? The prisons had televisions. That would be the difference. They go, but it's Sabbath. It's not Sabbath Tuesday morning. You want to watch a baseball game? Come on. Get with the times there. It's just, yeah. And the craziest thing of all was all over. People would say, oh, I had a great time. I had a great time at Moshe. Like this is their prayer all of a sudden. I can't wait to come back the next year. I would rather have a root canal every single day by an unlicensed nearsighted dentist to go back. It's crazy. I wouldn't think about it now. Oh my God. It's just, we're all like insane. It's just mind-boggling. Yeah. And I know there was another camp in the area, a Herzl Camp. I was only there once on a visitor day. And the thing I remember was they had these longer sessions. They were like, I don't remember, like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 20 weeks. They were much, much longer. And at that point, when I was like 8, 9, I mean, if I had gone there for that length of time, I mean, I had issues with separation anxiety. Well, I mean, I still do. Who am I kidding? So I had these issues. I mean, if I had gone there then, I would still be in therapy. I mean, that's how traumatic it would be. It would not have been pretty. They get me out of here, just anything. Not pretty. And my parents eventually retired and moved to Arizona. When they went there, they were happy, they're healthy, everything was great, no problems. And then 30 years later, they're both gone. There's something wrong about Arizona. I don't know what. There's something. I don't know if it's the water, the humidity, but it's just. So I'm just saying, if you're going to retire and go somewhere else, I would just be careful. Just look around, check everything out. There's something is kind of just something's just weird. Something's weird over there. What can I say? I mean, it's the numbers speak for themselves, and people can probably tell. People are observing. You probably can tell that I was adopted. A lot of adoptees wear blue shirts. I don't know what it is. It's a weird thing, and they wear blue. But no, listen. I wasn't just adopted. I was adopted through St. Paul Jewish Family Service. Yeah, it's true. I know they don't do it anymore. Stopped. I was the last one. I made it at the deadline. They had to do an emergency C-section to get me out of there, get that thing done. They had no time. It was a quick thing. They had to do this like at 3 o'clock in the morning. They had no time to waste. They got me out of it. It was a special promotion. Like, yeah, a special promotion. You know, get a cake, get a free sandwich. No, it was like McDonald's and the it's over. It's over. We can't help you anymore. Go to another place. We can get your sandwich somewhere else. That's what it was like. I mean, I like to think that even if they don't do adoptions, even if they saw a kid that needed a home, they would probably at least advertise or put a post on Facebook or something. I like to think they would. I don't know. Something, something. It'd be nice for the community, but. And then many years later, when I was actually searching for my birth parents, I can say this, that the Jewish Family Service, they were very kind, they were very helpful to me. They called me up one day and they said they wanted to give me some information. They said, well, we can tell you that your birth parents were from the East Coast, which is good because that narrows things down a lot. That's good. I get on my bike now and find them now. This is easy. And I just got to say, when they say East Coast and born at Midway Hospital, don't even ask. I don't even understand why. After years later, I still don't have all the answers. Why they were there and they got pregnant, went to Minnesota. I don't even know, I mean, nowadays you get pregnant and, you take the kid and you're a student of the month next month. This time she had to leave, go 1,000 miles. It's just it's just weird. It's like, and it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. And I was never traumatized by this. I was never traumatized knowing that I was adopted. Still angry. I was never breastfed. Life is so unfair.
Or breastfed.
Yeah, and I got another letter from the Jewish Family Service. They wanted me to tell me also another separate time that they're telling me that my birth parents were Caucasian. Unfortunately, I couldn't make that up. Unfortunately, they did tell me that. And I have a mirror. I looked in the mirror. I've got good vision. I'm whiter than Casper the Ghost. Tell me something next time I don't know. Okay, I'm Caucasian. I mean, but that was how they meant well. I mean, well, you don't knock it. It's like someone giving you, chicken you don't like. They meant well. It was good. You can't knock it. And after all that, when I met my birth father years later, I went from being a lady to a Kohen. Overnight. It was so exciting. It was a big deal. I wanted to put it on my business cards, Kohen available, and website. So, and then all of a sudden I'm becoming popular in the synagogue. They're calling me. We need you for a minyan. We need you to open the Torah. We need you to clean the garage. It was like too much. It was like they're calling me 2-3 times every day for minyan. Come on over, minyan. And then I said, listen, can I just go back to being a lady? It's just too much pressure. It was such a simple time in my life. No one bothered me. I just did my own thing. It was just so easy. I missed the good old days. Good old days. And earlier this year, I'm over 30. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but whatever. Okay, I'm over 30. So earlier this year, I had a chance to perform at a senior citizen center. Yeah, listen, I was really nervous about it. I was really nervous. Why? Because I was afraid I was going to blend in. Yeah, like maybe they would never, ever let me leave. Want to get back in your bed? I was performing here and you don't have any available beds. What are we going to do? Put me in a sleeping bag? But the good thing about that day, I still remember this, the highlight of that day was I finally had an audience that appreciated my Mamie Eisenhower joke. So that was really exciting. I tried to stay current, and these kids liked it. It was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. And I got some, well, I hate to say this, but I got some disappointing news from my doctor. He told me I have the lowest cholesterol he had ever seen. That's horrible, horrible news. Because I can't afford to live to be like 120. I messed up. I didn't take this seriously. Didn't plan this. Never should have gone on that low-fat diet. What a stupid idea that was. So what I'm doing is I have a couple of quarter pounders a week. So my accountant suggested that. He's very brilliant. I listened to him. A couple a week, and it's helping tremendously. So I'm going up a little bit. We take a couple of years off. That's great. He's a genius. He's quite the business mind. And I have a daughter. She's not with me now. She's 26. I have a daughter. And so I have procreated, if anybody's asking. I have a daughter. And it's like, I like kids, I love my daughter, but I just, it's personal. I just don't think I'd be a good grandparent. Well, I mean, first of all, the problem is that kids all look the same. So if I took the kids to the park, I'm afraid what would happen was I'd bring back the wrong kids. Get in trouble. Like, Jose, we got to exchange you quickly. He was speaking Spanish. I should have paid more attention to that. I didn't. It was my fault. I take responsibility. You're not your fault, Jose. It was my fault. It was my fault for that. It was my responsibility. I blame the ADHD. It wasn't even my fault. It wasn't. And so recently, somebody used my credit card to download music from iTunes. I decided I'm not going to press charges. Instead, I would like them to please show me how you do it. I don't have a clue. Show me how you do it. We'll call it even. That'll be great. See the music, get the music on. It's just a wonderful day for me. And I just want to say thank you so much. Be well next year. Maybe not in Jerusalem. Maybe next year. Maybe in Minnesota. I can come there, and if you want, I can shake hands or give you a hug or wave or whatever your thing is. And that'll be wonderful. And just thanks. I hope it's a great night and have a great evening, everybody. And it was nice sharing it with you.
Dear friends and congregants, we have a late-breaking situation on our hands. We have received an anonymous tip that one of our trivia items may have been slightly incorrect, and this could upset everything. However, luckily, we have our beloved Shawn Murphy here at the scene, and he did some quick digging in the archives, and he has an answer for us right here.
These are the original blueprints for Beth Jacob. These are the blueprints for the building from the architectural firm. There's been a question as to the title of the architectural firm, and I would like to clarify for everyone that the name of the architectural firm is McMonigal Architects. Our trivia was correct.
There you have it, folks. However, Glenn had a brilliant idea about how to really, truly, ultimately settle this vital debate.
So here's my idea. When we heard about this discrepancy, I was thinking we're only about $400 away from hitting our goal of $50,000. So if anyone wants to pledge the $9,400, you can decide the architectural firm that actually designed the synagogue. So would that be an idea?
It would be great, yes, we'll just put a little removable sticky note over that spot on the architectural plans.
Here's the good news, everybody. We are nearing almost a record-breaking event. We've raised $40,645 towards our congregational need. We are nearing the $50,000 match. Thank you, everyone, for pledging, for donating, for all that you've done, for all of your support tonight. The auction is open until 8:30 p.m. Again, the Florida Beach House, the current bid is $1,250. It's a remarkable item. But most importantly, two things. Orita, I want you to come up and join me.
Oh, God.
First of all, I want to thank you personally for the 20 years of a relationship that I've had with Beth Jacob. This place means a lot to me. I have met so many friends and families that I've associated with. What the synagogue stands for is important to me personally. So thank you for the continued relationship. And Orita, I want you to come stand right beside me. If there's a person that deserves a huge round of applause and accolades for working on this event for 5 years, she has worked on this event for 5 years. Orit, I absolutely think the world of you. We are so thankful for everything that you've done for the synagogue. Congratulations on your new leadership position. We're having a great night tonight.
We are absolutely having a great night tonight. I'd love it to be just a little greater. That would be amazing. Thank you, everybody who's donating, who's going to continue to donate. And I also just have to say, 5 years working with Shawn has been wonderful. And I told myself I wasn't going to cry, so I'm not going to.
Again, thank you, Orit, for your leadership, and thank you, Brian, just pledged. We're now at $42,145. I'm going to walk off with Orit. Anna's going to introduce Shawn for his concluding remarks.
Yes, so I know, Shawn, that you really wanted to say something, and it wasn't about the name of the architectural firm.
Thank you very much. I'm going to ask you to step up, because I'm going to take my mask off here.
All right.
Everybody is far away from me. First, I'd like to thank all of you for this evening. Those of you who are here with us rather than watching the Oscars, but we have our good friend here. He is wearing a little bow tie along with the rest of us tonight. I have a list here. Hold on 1 second. Oh God, no, that's the list of everybody who donated to the Kiddush yesterday. This is crazy. Oh my God, you guys were amazing. Thank you. And more importantly, thank you. Thank you for the last 12 years. Thank you for the opportunity to be of service, to be the point of connection, to help you build this community, this amazing synagogue, to do good in the world, to do tikkun olam, to make a better Twin Cities community and a better shul community. I want to thank everybody that I got to work with in person or at a distance for all of the work that you have put in and for working with me when it was easy and when it was not. And together, we have made an amazing place. Rabbi Allen, I want to say thank you to you for the opportunity to work together with you for 10 years of the last 12 years and to watch the amount of information and knowledge that you brought to the table and how you built a small community into a strong community. And I want to thank Rabbi Rubin for taking that and moving it forward into the future. I want to thank Rabbi Tamar for the compassion and the intelligence and the emotion that she brings to the table. And I want to thank every single person that I have been on the staff with for the amount of energy and intelligence and thoughtfulness and creativity that you have brought as we have struggled time and time again to make this synagogue move from point A to point B. Tonight is really my last night here with you as a part of the Beth Jacob community. I will be back from time to time, but I'm probably going to step back for a bit. For the last 17 years, I have mostly lived in synagogues, and I'd like to find a new space and then come back when I'm ready for that. So I want to say thank you for all of this. Thank you so much for this. Let's work together and get through this. We've got until 8:30 tonight to finish this 50,000 off. Harold, I want to say thank you again. This is an amazing gift that you have made to the synagogue. It is unprecedented. We have never had this large a gift for this event, and we recognize that and we value it. It is huge. Thank you so much for setting Alex up for success, for setting the staff up for a new space, for setting Rabbi Rubin up. I know you guys have an amazing relationship and you talk every week. So, Anna, I want to hand it back over to you to finish things off. To all of my family here at Bet Jacob, thank you so much for all of the experiences and the time that we have spent together. I treasure them and I'm going to carry them forward for the rest of my life.
Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you, Shawn. I hope you feel how much love and gratitude you carry with you onto the next piece of your life. You are treasured here, and you always will be. We would like to make, I think, a final update, or we're doing some ongoing updates on our auction bidding. And we also have, of course, some thank yous to give. Thank you so much to Orit and to the entire fundraising committee, some of whom are sitting here behind screens as they work to make this all happen for us. Thank you so much to Glenn for a 20th year of auctioneering this event. Thank you to our sponsors, Chestnut Cambron, Zips Liquor. Thank you to Marty for the entertainment. Thank you to Dan for the trivia. Thank you to Marguerite for the very touching words to Shawn. Thank you to Harold and Mickey Smith for all their incredible generosity. Thank you to all of you who donated tonight to help keep the congregation going and keep it the alive and wonderful and welcoming place that we all know. Would you like to come back up, Glenn?
Yeah, I just want to echo Shawn's words. Shawn, you did such a beautiful job, and we all pay tribute to you tonight. So thank you, everyone. We are nearing 50,000. I do believe we can do this in the next few minutes between now and 8:30. Thank you, everyone, for pledging. Have fun bidding. Keep those bids coming in. And blessings to all of you. We will see you again, hopefully in person next year.
We very much hope so.
Thank you, everybody. We hope that you are still bidding. It is open and you can continue to bid until 8:30 tonight. Thank you and have a great night.
Hey, Orit, or how do we send a text message or an email to Shawn now that he's not at Beth Jacob anymore?
Shosh, we will get an email out to the congregation about how to send messages to Shawn.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.